Are we witnessing the dawn of a new David versus Goliath story? For years, China has aggressively asserted control over the South China Sea, staking claims to waters and islands far beyond its shores. But in a surprising turn of events, the Philippines has stepped up, openly defying China's maritime dominance. How did this small nation gain the courage to challenge one of the world's superpowers? And what does this mean for the region's future? Let's dive into this escalating conflict. The South China Sea, one of the most geopolitically significant waterways in the world, has long been a stage for territorial disputes. For centuries, countries surrounding this vital region, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and the Philippines, have relied on its abundant resources. But it wasn't until the late 20th century that these waters became a geopolitical flashpoint. China's controversial Nine-Line Claim, which encompasses nearly 90% of the South China Sea, has been the source of intense disputes. This claim, rejected by an international tribunal in 2016, directly overlaps with the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations. One of the critical areas of contention is Second Thomas Shoal, where the Philippines has maintained a precarious presence aboard the rusting World War II-era BRP Sierra Madre, deliberately grounded to assert their claim. Similarly, Scarborough Shoal, a rich fishing ground, has become a symbol of China's growing dominance, with its Coast Guard frequently harassing Filipino fishermen. In recent years, China has used its economic power and military strength to build artificial islands, establish bases, and deploy Coast Guard and maritime militia fleets. These actions have not only expanded China's influence, but have also undermined the sovereignty of its neighbors. For the Philippines, this has been a direct threat to its sovereignty, economy, and food security. Chinese vessels regularly encroach on Philippine waters, harass fishing boats, and block access to contested areas like Second Thomas Shoal. In 2023, Chinese Coast Guard vessels even used water cannons to deter Philippine resupply missions, escalating tensions. But the Philippines hasn't been passive. Under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the country has strengthened its military alliances and undergone critical defense upgrades. A key element in this strategy has been the revitalized U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty, which saw American troops returning to Philippine bases under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. Japan and Australia have also stepped in, conducting joint exercises and pledging support for the Philippines' sovereignty. These alliances are transforming the Philippines from a maritime underdog to a regional player capable of pushing back against Chinese aggression. Investments in cutting-edge technology like BrahMos supersonic missiles and modern naval patrol vessels have begun to shift the balance of power in the region. The situation in the South China Sea is a delicate balancing act. On one hand, China is determined to solidify its control over the region, leveraging its economic ties and military might. On the other hand, the Philippines, emboldened by its alliances, is standing firm. But what are the broader implications of this standoff? For the United States, the South China Sea represents a key battleground in its strategic rivalry with China. By supporting the Philippines, the U.S. not only upholds its commitments to regional allies but also ensures the security of vital sea lanes through which nearly $3.4 trillion in global trade flows annually. However, this growing militarization comes at a cost. Every naval exercise, defense upgrade, and confrontation raises the risk of accidental escalation. What happens if a miscalculation turns into an open conflict? The South China Sea is more than a geopolitical chessboard. It's home to millions who depend on its resources for their livelihoods. While nations jostle for control, it's the people who stand to lose the most. What do you think about this growing standoff? Should the Philippines continue to challenge China's dominance, or is there a middle ground? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into global conflicts and their impact on the world. Together, let's uncover the stories that shape our future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.